This recipe we're going to make quiche, sun-dried tomatoes and camembert. So in one of my previous recipes you can look fond de tarte. You can see right here basically I'm just finishing up the dough, and the form I have is this one. So let's see if it fits. It should be pretty good, and it looks pretty generous. So at this point you just fill in, fold it inwards, the excess, and this is gonna give you a shell, an edge, in order to hold all the ingredients together. Once you have folded inwards and nothing is exposed to the surface, because if it's exposed to the surface it's going to burn. Once you have it there, then with my magic fork I'm going to make some holes in order to prevent the dough to raise and make some bubbles, so especially at the edges. Okay, so we're going to place it in the oven, and once it's baked then we're going to continue with the recipe. Okay, so we have the fond de tarte already baked, so we're going to bring it out and just put it in the side for now. The ingredients that we're going to need today is going to be 3/4 of a liter of milk, 4 eggs, about 8 cloves of garlic, sun-dried tomatoes, some onions, table salt and oregano. Then to decorate the top of the tart we're going to use a camembert. So I have it outside because it's better when the camembert is a room temperature and it's a little bit softer in order to be able to be cut. So once we have all the ingredients together, we're going to start putting the milk. Then after the milk we're going to place the eggs. Once the eggs are inside, we're going to beat the eggs inside the milk. At this point we can add up the herbs. And the garlic. And just give it a very good mix. Once everything has a uniform consistency, then we're going to bring the fond de tarte. It's very hot, so I'm just pushing it to the side. The onions, we're gonna make a bed. The onions I'm using fresh, but if it's your preference, you can use them sauteed. But these ones I'm just gonna use them to make a little bed at the base. Once the onions are in place, then I'm going to put the egg mixture on it. And the sun-dried tomatoes, I always like to cut them with kitchen scissors. So I cut them in little pieces inside the egg surface, and this is going to just try to place them into an even layer so the flavor is well distributed and every person and every portion is gonna have a taste of the tomatoes. So once it's like this, Then it goes back into the oven approximately 20 minutes in order to be baked. Okay, so the quiche is out of the oven. This sun-dried tomato quiche with the herbs, onions and garlic. We're going to use some sun-dried tomatoes just for decoration. We have already quite a few inside. Just spread them around. Try to be a little bit symmetrical, so everybody gets a little bit of sun-dried tomato, because they're very delicious. Then we're going to put the camembert. So the camembert, just put it evenly in between. Now the quiche is very hot, so the camembert is gonna melt with the quiche, so you don't need to put it back in the oven. The camembert is very, very soft. And just try to fill up all the little spaces to make sure it looks good. That looks very good to me. And just some herbs to give it a nice finish. So I'm gonna get my gloves again because this is very hot. Quiche sun-dried tomatoes is also called quiche provençal or quiche tomate séché au soleil. Bon appétit!